It started with a baby monitor, the kind every new parent buys. Smart, connected to your phone, motion alerts, voice alerts, night vision, $200 on Amazon, 5-star reviews. Jessica and Michael Torres bought one 3 weeks after their daughter Lily was born. Standard precaution. Peace of mind. What they didn't know is that someone else was watching. This is a true account of a surveillance case that led to one of the largest criminal investigations in the Pacific Northwest. Names have been changed. The details have not. Jessica Torres, 29, pediatric nurse. Michael Torres, 34, civil engineer. First-time parents. Suburban neighborhood in Redmond, Washington. The kind of place where people don't lock their doors, where everyone knows their neighbors, or thinks they do. The baby monitor was installed on October 3, 2019. Standard setup. Connected to their home Wi-Fi. Linked to both their phones. Camera positioned above Lily's crib. Perfect angle. Clear view. Night 1, no issues. Night 2, no issues. Night 3, 2:43 a.m. Motion alert. Jessica checked her phone. Camera feed showed Lily sleeping, no movement. She figured it was a glitch, reset the app, went back to sleep. Night 4, 3:17 a.m. Motion alert again. Same thing, baby sleeping, no visible movement. Michael checked this time, nothing. They lowered the sensitivity setting. Night 5, 2:48 a.m. voice alert. The app was designed to notify parents when it detected sound above a certain threshold. Crying, noise, anything concerning. Jessica grabbed her phone, opened the app. Lily was asleep, silent, but the audio was still recording, still transmitting, and then she heard it, a whisper. Sweet baby. Jessica ran to Lily's room, turned on the light. Lily was fine, sleeping peacefully. No one else in the room, no speakers, no devices, just the monitor, just the crib, just their daughter. Michael checked the app history. The voice alert was logged, timestamp, 2:48 a.m. Audio clip saved. They played it back, clear as day. A woman's voice, low, intimate, almost loving. Sweet baby. They called the baby monitor company. Tech support said it was impossible. The camera doesn't have speakers. It only transmits sound from the room. It can't produce sound. So where did the voice come from? Jessica wanted to get rid of the monitor. Michael convinced her to keep it. One more night. They'd watch it carefully, set up their laptop, record the feed continuously. That night, they didn't sleep. Both of them, sitting in bed, laptop open, baby monitor feed on the screen, watching Lily sleep. 2:30 a.m., nothing. 2:45 a.m., nothing. 3 a.m., nothing. 3:17 a.m. The camera moved. Not the camera image, the physical camera itself, mounted on the wall above the crib. It tilted, slowly, deliberately, panning across the room, like someone was controlling it. Manually adjusting the angle, but they weren't touching their phones. Nobody was controlling it. Jessica grabbed her phone, opened the app. No one else was logged in. Just her account, just Michael's account. The camera continued to move, tilting down, focusing directly on Lily, zooming in. The app didn't have zoom functionality, but the camera was zooming. Michael ran to Lily's room. The camera stopped moving the moment he opened the door. He checked the camera, disconnected it, took it off the wall, examined it. Standard hardware. No visible tampering. Nothing unusual. But here's what they didn't know. While Michael was in Lily's room, Jessica was watching the laptop, watching the feed that was still displaying even though Michael had disconnected the camera. The feed was still live, still showing Lily's room, still showing Michael standing there, holding the disconnected camera. She called out to him. He came back to the bedroom. They both stared at the screen. The feed continued. Even with the camera unplugged, even with the camera in Michael's hand, someone else had access. Someone else was watching, had been watching, for weeks. The next morning, they called the police. Redmond Police Department, Cybercrime Division. Detective Maria Vasquez took the case. She'd seen this before. Hacked baby monitors. It was becoming more common. Predators gaining access through weak passwords, through security vulnerabilities, through backdoor exploits in cheap hardware. But this case was different. Detective Vasquez brought in a tech specialist, Marcus Reed, digital forensics. He examined their network, their router, their devices, everything. What he found was worse than a simple hack. The camera had been accessed remotely, but not through their network. The access came from a different source, a local IP address, very local, the house next door, 1247 Maple Street. Registered owner, Patricia Morrison, 67 years old, widow, lived alone, quiet, pleasant. Jessica had met her once, brought over cookies when they first moved in. Police obtained a warrant, knocked on Patricia's door at 6 a.m. No answer. They knocked again. Still nothing. They entered the house. Patricia wasn't there. The house was empty, had been empty. Dust on the furniture. Mail piled up inside the door. Utilities still connected, but minimal usage. Neighbors said they hadn't seen Patricia in months, assumed she'd moved to assisted living. Nobody questioned it, but someone had been in the house. Recently, the basement door was locked from the inside. Police forced it open. What they found changed everything. A room, fully furnished, desk, computer equipment, multiple monitors, professional surveillance setup, thousands of dollars in hardware, and screens. 6 screens, all displaying live feeds, baby monitors, different houses, different families, different children, all live, all streaming, right now. Detective Vasquez counted 43 active feeds, 43 families, 43 children, all under surveillance, all completely unaware. The computer was still on, files open. Marcus Reed began the forensic analysis. Thousands of hours of footage, recorded, archived, organized by family name, by child's name, by date. The Torres family, 847 hours of footage, 3 weeks of continuous surveillance, every moment, every feeding, every diaper change, every private moment in Lily's room, every private moment in Jessica and Michael's bedroom. The camera could see more than just the crib, but the footage was just the beginning. Marcus found a document, a list, detailed, methodical, 43 names, 43 addresses, all in the Redmond area, all families with young children, all with smart baby monitors. Next to each name, detailed notes, family schedules, work hours, when parents slept, when they left the house, security systems, locks, pets, everything, floor plans, hand-drawn, accurate, complete. Whoever made this list had been inside these houses, and at the bottom of the document, one entry was circled in red. Replacement found. Proceed with acquisition plan. The Torres family was circled. Detective Vasquez immediately contacted all 43 families, informed them, told them to change their passwords, disconnect their monitors, file reports. 42 families complied immediately. 1 family couldn't be reached, the Morrison family, no relation to Patricia, different house, different neighborhood. Police were dispatched. 4:32 p.m. house was empty, front door was open, baby monitor was still on, still streaming, no parents, no baby, no signs of struggle, just an empty house, and a crib. The manhunt began. Who was using Patricia Morrison's house? How did they gain access? Where were they now? Patricia Morrison was located 3 days later, in a memory care facility in Bellevue. Advanced dementia. She'd been there for 8 months. Had no idea her house was being used. Had no idea who had keys, who had access, who had been living in her basement. The investigation went federal. FBI Cybercrimes Division. They traced the digital footprint, the IP addresses, the access logs. The surveillance had been ongoing for 14 months. Not just the Torres family, dozens of families, different cities, different states, the same person, the same methods, the same meticulous planning. They never found who was in Patricia's basement. Fingerprints came back with no matches. DNA was inconclusive. The equipment was purchased with cash. Untraceable. Whoever it was had done this before, knew how to stay invisible. The Morrison family was never found. Jessica and Michael Torres moved out of their house 2 weeks later, sold it at a loss, moved to a different state, different city, started over. They don't use smart devices anymore. No cameras, no voice assistants, no connected doorbells. Lily is 5 years old now. She's fine, healthy, happy, but Jessica still checks her room multiple times every night, opens the door, looks in every corner, behind every piece of furniture. Because here's what she told Detective Vasquez. What she never told Michael. The night before they discovered the surveillance, Jessica had a dream. She dreamed someone was in Lily's room, standing in the corner, watching. When she woke up at 2:37 a.m. to check the monitor, she saw it, just for a second, on the feed. Before the image refreshed, a figure, standing in the corner of Lily's room, in the exact spot she'd dreamed about. She ran to the room. No one was there. She convinced herself it was the dream, her imagination, parental paranoia. But after the police found the basement, after they analyzed all the footage, Marcus Reed pulled her aside. He'd found something in the archived videos, something he only showed her, not Michael, not the detective. A clip from 2 weeks earlier, 2:37 a.m. Lily sleeping, camera angle normal, and in the corner of the frame, barely visible in the night vision, something moved, something in Lily's room. That shouldn't have been there. It wasn't a glitch, it wasn't a shadow. Someone had been in the house, while they were sleeping, while Lily was sleeping, standing in her room, in that corner, watching. The baby monitor didn't just show them someone was watching, it showed them someone had already been inside. The FBI never released that detail to the public. Too disturbing, too dangerous. Might cause mass panic about home security devices, but the investigation is still open. 43 families, one missing family, and one question that nobody can answer. How many other houses have they been inside? If you have a smart baby monitor, check who has access to your account. Check your connected devices. Check the logs. And check your child's room tonight. Not on the camera. In person. Because if someone's been watching long enough, they already know when you're not looking.